is probably my last video for tonight. Um, but this video is actually Holy Spirit led, so I'm gonna go ahead and just give it to you guys. Um, Let me turn this up for you guys. Okay, so excuse my face, like I'm suffering from a little bit of heartbreak, so pray for me. I've been in my feels all day, but I'm back together, so I'm happy. I'm feeling better. Um, I'm just letting like the energy kind of just pass through me, and then once it passes, then I'll feel fine. So definitely send healing energy and prayers from the Most High my way. But I do have a message that I have to still give out to you because this is my job. It's my duty. Um, so you guys have some people that um okay, so basically there's people casting spells on you guys. It's remember the story of Saul, and how when Samuel died, Saul couldn't hear from God because God was just not talking to him anymore. And so what Saul did was he went to like, what do you call those, like necromancers, like the people that contact the dead. Put it in the comments, like the name for the people that contact the dead. But it was like a big, like a witch. You know what I'm saying? And he like hid himself and pretended like he wasn't Saul because Saul has like a law saying that you can't go to like, you can't, conjure up the dead and stuff like that, right? And so the witch was like thinking that it was somebody else, and they're like, "Are you trying to get me?" She was like, "Are you trying to get me killed? You're like, that King Saul would not allow this." And then Saul, like, kind of like, said it's fine, just do it or whatever. And then she was like, "Okay, well, who do you want me to conjure up?" And he was like, "Conjure up Samuel, right?" And so she conjured up Samuel. I'm sorry, my light is acting out. So she conjured up Samuel, and then she realized that it was King Saul that was, in her presence. And she said, "Wow, you deceived me. You are King Saul, right?" And so I was just talking about this with someone just the other day. The the spirit that was pretending to be King Saul, that was really not King Saul. That was a familiar spirit. It was a demon that knew that was watching Saul, knew Saul's personality, and that took on the spirit of Saul, or not Saul, Samuel, that knew Samuel's personality. And so he took on the spirit of Samuel. But one thing about those familiar spirits is that they tell you the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like they're just, it's just like you should know that because it's demonic, but the way that they went about it was demonic. Uh, but that spirit that was in the form of Samuel told them the truth. Like, yes, like, you shouldn't have conjured me up or whatever, because you know that the Most High told you to stop messing with witchcraft, and you did it anyway. And so because of that, you shall surely die. Um, and so I don't know, my light's acting a fool. It's just like switching up on me and stuff. Like, what's going on, buddy? What's going on? What's going on? He said, "You shall surely die because of it." And Saul ended up dying because he went against the Most High. And the thing was, the Most High had told Saul, like, "Look, I told you not to do this, and you did it. And I told you to stop casting, like, just dealing with that, and you did it." So you have some enemies that were casting spells, right? You have some enemies that were casting spells. I don't know if I should just hold this like this. Hold on. Sorry, you guys. My light's being a little baby. What's going on? He wants me to babysit. Okay. um, so basically, God was telling Saul, like, or the spirit was like telling Saul the truth. Even though it was a demonic spirit, it was a familiar spirit, it told Saul the truth, and Saul ended up dying, right? So What's happening with your enemies is they were casting spells on you. And me too. So I got some enemies that was hit. I'm talking about they. I don't know if they was on Fiverr or I don't know Cassandra. I don't know what app they were on doing it, but they were casting whole spells on me. And the Most High had told them to stop. The Most High said, "Stop doing that to my child." And he told your enemies the same thing. And they kept casting spells and they kept casting spells. But that last little spell that they casted, yeah, that last little spell that they casted, that one backfired. And the Most High is dealing with your enemies right now. They are being tormented by demons. They're being tormented. Like, and it sucks. But the Most High told them to get off of that, get out of that realm that they couldn't handle. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody's ready for the spiritual realm. And casting spells is very spiritual. Like, that's you digging and you diving into the spiritual realm when you do that, right? So, yeah, so your enemies are, they're in judgment right now for, you know, dancing with the devil. Period. So, all you can do is just pray for them. I don't want to scare anybody when I say die. Like, I feel like, well, I believe that there's a first death and a second death. Like, the first death is like when you die to yourself. And you know what I'm saying? You give your life to God. Because if you choose not to give your life to God during the judgment, like, you are not going to make it. You know what I'm saying? What just happened here? But, so, and then there's the second death, which is like the physical death. You know what I'm saying? Um, anyways, long story, I should do a study on the second death and the first death for you guys. Just so that you guys have like a more in-depth understanding of it. But I don't want to go too deep because I haven't like really put together any material for it. Yeah, but long story short, um, your enemies went to some psychics and they dealt in witchcraft. They hired people um to alter your star. You know what I'm saying? And so for that very reason, the Most High is judging them. They're coming up under some pretty heavy judgment because of it. Anyways, I love you guys, and that's pretty much all I have to say. Pray for your enemies.